Hi, I'm Belinda, creator of Plan A, the Great Commission for every Christian. Today's tip is on sowing seeds. How can we feel less awkward when speaking about Jesus? Well, it's a great question, and I understand why you've asked it, because I also feel awkward and I don't like it. Firstly, I want to acknowledge that in our culture, it's awkward to speak about Jesus. We've been raised to not speak about religion or politics. For example, it'd kind of be awkward to show up to a wedding in a bikini, or it'd be awkward to wear bike lycra at work. But there's a time and place for a bikini and apparently for bike lycra. So there's a time and place to speak about Jesus. We just need to think about where that is. Usually it's places where people feel comfortable, where they don't feel like they're backed into a corner, where people have control of the conversation, so if they want to change the conversation, they can. It usually will involve food, so maybe over coffee or a meal, or it might involve some form of exercise like going for a walk or going for a drive where you're not necessarily making eye contact. So there is a time and place to have a deep and meaningful conversation. So try and find those places, and you don't need to feel pressure to bring up Jesus in an environment where people are busy or they don't have time to speak properly. Then I think we need to acknowledge that the other person doesn't always want to speak about Jesus, even when it does come up. So sometimes we feel awkward because we're trying to force a conversation that the other person doesn't want. Or that we start monologuing. We find ourselves speaking for 5 minutes and the other person really isn't interested. So we need to make sure that the other person has the ability to control the conversation. If they want to change the conversation, they can. If they want to ask more questions, they can. Be mindful, look at the other person and check their body language. And if you notice that it's become awkward, just call it out. Say, whoa, that was awkward. I'm sorry about that. Did you want to keep continuing? Or you could say, oh, I didn't mean to start monologuing like that. I can't help myself. I love this topic. Would you like to talk about it at another time? Just make a joke about it. Give the person the freedom to say what they want. Sometimes I feel like we have put a lot of pressure on ourselves as well to have to do something. We feel like we might have to give somebody a Bible tract or have to quote a Bible verse. And as soon as we put pressure on ourselves, it's going to feel awkward, particularly if the other person isn't even expecting it. But I don't know really where that pressure comes from. Jesus took years to spread his message, and he did it in little pieces. So I think you have the freedom to just say a little piece and see what happens. Don't feel that you have to say something to someone. So I think those things can help us with awkwardness. Look for a time and place that it might be more suitable to have conversations. Make a joke of it if you realize you are being awkward. And then finally, don't force it. Don't put pressure on yourself. Just keep praying for an opportunity. These things have helped me, and I hope they'll help you.